Hi, everyone. My name is Michael. I'm the CTO of NuCypher, and we are the company for end-to-end encryption or for distributed systems. So in the past, all their data security was based on mostly network endpoint security, which means that, well, you protect data with firewalls and everything like that. But as soon as you get hacked, well, this happens. All of you probably heard about Equifax data breach, like DNC being hacked and things like that. And I don't know, probably most of the Americans have their data leaked today. And I think that is because we are, so far we've been using endpoint security rather than protecting the actual data. So what we do at NuCypher, we keep the data always encrypted so that if hackers hack into your systems, they will just see encrypted gibberish. And still, you can use this data. Still, you can share data between users of the systems and so on. Probably I should explain how it works, because it looks like a little bit like magic. And we're actually using something called proxy re-encryption. So imagine you store like data encrypted for you, and now you actually, in any real system, you want to share data with other participants or like other employees. So with proxy re-encryption, you can just allow the actual system to transform data from being encrypted for you into being encrypted for like whoever you grant access with. So you just create a digital permission, and then the server can transform encrypted data without decrypting. So the data is actually never exposed in this process. And then the recipient of the data can actually see exactly what you see, but only if they are allowed to see. This is based on this proxy re-encryption technology. We have pretty rich portfolio of intellectual property around protecting big data, protecting messages, or applying it in blockchains. And I'm coming from infrastructure tools background at LinkedIn, and also I'm a physicist. Our CEO, McLean, comes from financial background, so he found lots of interesting use cases in financial world for this technology, and we enjoy strong support from academia. So we collaborate with 3 universities to create this end-to-end encryption. So one of the use cases we see the most popular in financial world is so-called multi-tenant data lakes, where you have multiple organizations contributing data, but the data stays encrypted, so their service provider cannot see anything. And then they can delegate access to other organizations so that they can pretty much read the data from the shared pool, but only when they're allowed to. On the business traction for these data lakes, we have about 100K of revenue in just the last quarter, and we have a bunch of financial institutions and even U.S. government customers in the pipeline. But also we apply our key management in blockchain world, so you can create decentralized applications with end-to-end encryption. And this is pretty much doing the same thing as with the centralized model, but kind of having no firewalls. So exactly what you have when you get hacked, you have in the public blockchain. So as long as public blockchain stays safe, it's like a proof that if you get hacked, you are still safe. And we have early developer traction with some good companies. And we just closed our $4 million funding round. This is NuCypher.
Great. On to the questions. Yeah, Largo,
So you said you have a nice portfolio of IP. What does that mean? How many provisional versus
Right.
granted?
Yeah. So we have I think a couple of I think one patent granted and I think 3 or 4 provisionals by now, something like that.
So I'm sure you know there are a bunch of security companies approaching, encrypting the actual data, right? Because most people realize, the endpoints are pretty compromised. So what is sort of really differentiated versus all of the other folks offering sort of similar kinds of solutions?
You mean for data encryption? Right. Yeah. So the thing is that you either encrypt data. When you decrypt data, you have to decrypt data sometimes, right? And otherwise, you compromise the functionality. And we just managed to enable data sharing without decryption during this sharing. Before that, it wasn't possible.
So how do you sell your product? What's the business model?
Right. So when we sell to enterprises, the business model is pretty much selling top-down from the CIO level, and that's pretty much how we've got our first contract.
Sell based on the amount of data, or
yeah, right. So it's licensing per server.
per server?
Right, but it's not the only business model because we also have the decentralized product, which has a pretty much token, which generates revenue when you perform services for this decentralized network. And our company does do that, as well as other participants.
How do you intend to defend against some of the big internet players in this space? People are moving, financial services companies all over the world are moving to the Amazon cloud. They're
Right.
moving to AWS.
Yeah, we're not playing against them. We are playing together with them. They can use Amazon cloud. More than that, with us, they can look at Amazon as a safer place. Some of our customers don't want to move to the cloud, but when they apply our technology, they are much more comfortable with it. So one of our use cases is actually cloud enablement.
So you're not at all worried about Amazon launching a similar service and just embedding it into the experience?
Yeah, probably not. Well, we actually we probably will partner with Amazon rather than compete with it.